You're probably wondering what this is. Well, you'll know what it is, but what's it off? I think the exhaust muffler, if you like, might give it away. It's one of these. Now I can't see myself on the screen, so I'm hoping you can see that. But that is an Irvine 20. It's pretty much an aeroplane engine, and it was in the Mardave Marauder. How'd you say it? Mardave Marauder. A nitro car going way back in time. Now on my channel, I've refurbished my Marauder, and I had got up to a point when it was an attempt at a running video. It's actually sat there, which I haven't really touched it since the video. It didn't start. It did run, but the engine that you currently see there, that was in, or still is in the car, had very little compression. So over time, and what I've managed to do now, which I haven't got here, but you'll see it when we go down to the shed, I've got a brand new .20 Irvine. The only problem is that one has a broken rod, but it's got a brand new sleeve. It seems like the engine is actually still boxed, and I'm waiting for the time to get, I don't know, the rod. I was hoping something will come up on Evil Bay, or just generally, but in fact it is only Evil Bay, isn't it? You'd hardly like to get it anywhere else. But I've left it on the back burner until sort of now. So we'll have a close look at this. This is an Irvine 20. It's got a few issues with it. A couple of broken fins. The top fins are bent. It's a bit grubby, but that's nothing problem to be honest. But the important thing, I'll try and demonstrate whilst I'm here, is if I turn the flywheel. Can you hear that? I don't know. Try it here. Hear that? I forget you've got to do the microphone. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, it might not be obvious to some, but it is to me. It's got compression, which is what the one on the chassis that you see in the picture, which is the one up there, hasn't got compression. Since making those videos, and I've had quite a lot of advice off people that I've all collated together. These engines, which are basically aeroplane engines converted to a car, because the if you didn't know, the prop, the bit extension onto this bit here that comes out, and that's where I don't know what it is, but the propeller would be on there with the end bit, which used the starter, the cone starter, the rubber ring to start your aeroplane engine. Or no, it goes on the end, doesn't it? What am I talking about? Just trying to think. Yeah, it goes on the end and spins it up. I think having a model aircraft, engine powered, nitro powered, would be very interesting. It's one of those childhood things which I never got around to doing. Maybe I'll get myself one of them. I can't fly it, but I'd give it a go. It's bad enough with old nitros. Can you imagine an aeroplane? Anyway, separate story. So yeah, that one's got compression, and upon reflection on the fuel, there is specific, which again sounds obvious, nitro aeroplane fuel, which was recommended to be used in these, because that's what they are, is aeroplane engines, rather than using the nitro fuel that goes in normal nitro cars. So what I'm going to do, the first thing, I'm not going to do a complete breakdown and film all the nuances and bits and pieces, but I am going to strip this down for my own benefit and rebuild it. I mean, the only thing that I can see that's wrong is this end belt doesn't freely spin. So it might be the bearing. You've got those roller needle bearings, the old, not like bull race bearings, they're sort of, what are they called? No, needle roller, that's what they are, isn't it? in a cage. And I've got a brand new one of them and a few other new bits that I've been collecting. So I don't know whether I will make this one, you know, using those bits up, or I'll just use what I've got. It has got some damage on it with the fins here, and the top fin is bent down a bit, but although it is polished on the top. And it's also got a standoff missing here, which I'll just use off the other engine, so it's not a problem. So we're going to revisit the Mardave Nitro 1/8 buggy. I'll put a link in the description below where you can view the rest of the build, the detailed build when I stripped it all down. It was a messy job. And although what I've done there, which you'll see in a minute, is pretty good, I've got to redo the front suspension because it's not quite as free as what I'd like it. But anyway, next time you see me, we'll have this all clean. So I'll see you in a bit. So we go from this just showing you the whole sort of condition. Hopefully it'll focus. To this. So it's all fully cleaned up. The only thing I couldn't do is get the crank out. It wouldn't go. It's obviously got the collet, isn't it, in there? Didn't want to hammer it too much, but it is a lot cleaner. I've stripped the carb as well, so that's all nice and free. And it's got, you know, a compression again, which I'll show here. I think it goes out around there, but it doesn't really matter. It'll do. So it's ready to go onto the chassis, I suppose. So that'll be my next task. So you can bear with me while I stick it on the chassis. Here's the original, if you don't remember it in the video. So it is just a case of an engine transplant. Oh, let's move that engine out of the way. So yeah, it just hasn't got compression. Just there. You know, compared to this, just turns over. It's such a shame. It has got some extras with this one. So if you remember, it wasn't running an original fuel tank. It's just one I put in. But I do have an original fuel tank, which is here. And I've also got a few other bits and pieces. I think this is I mean, to be honest, I could use that. What, you know, I don't suppose it will go on there. I'll go. Which way does that go on there? Actually, might not. Oh, it does go on there. So, what am I doing? You know, this could go on there. Don't suppose it really makes a lot of difference. Does it go on there? No, it doesn't. So this isn't for this. What? Where have I got that from then? There's a few like original Irvine spares here, which, you know, I haven't. I think that's the original one. So I've got some other bits and pieces. There's gaskets. Like another bleed valve thing, and here is, I dropped this and didn't realise I dropped it, but not that I need it at the moment. I've dropped it again. It's just another clutch bell with a roller bearing. So I'm just looking at this now. It's not going to be super tricky, but it means I've got to seal the exhaust again, and I think this bleed nipple here is not the best. Someone did say to me that this servo needs to be the other way around.
be honest, I don't know. Does it really matter? Should it matter? I mean, this isn't the servo I'm going to use. It's just one in there that I'm going to use for the throttle. Now there is still some fuel in here, which may have gone a little bit jelly-vied. I'll have to sort of rinse that out by the time it comes up we start it. So I think the first thing I need to do is basically just take the engine out, fit the exhaust onto this engine here, and put it back in. And that's kind of what I'm going to do. So I'll be back once I've done that. That's that done. That was a relatively easy change. But you can see this is the what came off. I think it's got a bit of a freer clutch belt, if I'm honest. But I mean, there's no compression at all. But it's just as clean, and it did run. But anyway, we've got this one in now, which, you know, it's exactly the same as the other one, but it's got more compression. So what I'll do is we're going to get this started as before. See if we can get it. I've got the servo on there to control the throttle, but manually, and we'll see if we can get it running. It's obviously a different carb. I think this carb here is actually a carb off of an aeroplane. I think it's also leaking, which I've only just realised. I don't know why that would have been leaking, and that could be a big reason of why it wasn't running properly. Actually, that's loose. So I've just realised that that's loose there. So that'll have to be adjusted at some point if I use this carb. But yeah, it's all done. So I'll well, in a few days, but for you in a minute, give it a start up. So bear with.
I am just going to interrupt myself on this part of the video where we've literally got another engine, an Irvine .20, and put it into the car. But what I have been looking for well, probably about a year and a half, 18 months, I guess, is one of these. So I've actually got a brand new ABC Irvine 20 already, and you've probably seen it in another video, but it had like a blown conrod. Basically, it looks like it seized, but the engine itself, like the complete engine, is pretty much brand new. And I've been looking for another one. Now, the one I put in the car is another one which has got good compression, because the original one had like nothing, even though it's semi run. This one, however, this is a little gem. I'm not sure, I don't know when and what I'm going to do yet, but this is absolutely, is it brand new? I think it is. Yeah, I'm just looking at it in the light. I've got wood light, but brand new. And more importantly, look at the compression. That's great, isn't it? So that one is, so it might even need running in. In fact, it's so new, it's got like an air filter for the carb, obviously, but it hasn't even been opened. So it's still sealed. Yeah, so I'm guessing this is brand new carb. Fantastic. So this, it's got to go in, isn't it? So that's that part of the deal done. It will run on the engine that you can see in the video. So that one's in the car now, and I'll use that. There's one final thing I'm looking for. I've yet to find it. So I don't know. Is it a couple of things? One, there's a front bumper, like a strip of wire, I think goes on this, which I haven't got. I could get the wire and sort of I could put that on myself. But the other thing, there was a unofficial modification for this car, and if anyone out there knows anything about it, then let me know. Historically, and because it's quite an old Nitro, it didn't have any brakes, which that in itself seems like a disaster waiting to happen. But there was a modification that you could get, and I did read about it somewhere online, but I can't find it now, where there was an adapter or something which went on the car, enabling it to have brakes or to slow down. I don't know. I'm going to keep looking because I've yet to see it. So that would be the final piece of my puzzle. Anyway, let's get back to starting this car with the engine that's currently in it.